for another episode of Leadership of the Leaf, now in their third season. More leadership topics to discuss and more cigar knowledge to share with great pairings. Grab a cigar, give it a cut and light, and put some smoke in the air with your host, Dice and Austin.
And welcome to another episode of Leadership of the Leaf. My name is Austin.
Hey, what's up, Austin?
Hey,
I'm
Dice.
Dice. Yeah, Dice.
How
You
are
know
you?
my name. Yeah.
I do know your name. It's like we've been doing this for 3 years now?
Almost.
Almost 2 years. All right. Yeah.
2, almost 3, right? 2, 3. I don't know. Anyway, for a long
This is
time.
season 3, sir.
Season 3,
This is
okay.
Season 3. Man.
Almost 3 years. Over 3 years.
Episode 18. Episode 18.
18, okay.
Anyway, Dice, what are you smoking? I got to know what you have in your hand.
I'm probably going to fuck this name up, man.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
I can't wait.
All right. Ozgener. Aramas.
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 Have you
Aramas.
Fucking the Three Musketeers?
What? That's a candy bar, sir. Then why would you watch that? You eat that. What is wrong with you? My God.
Culture.
Culture. It's chocolate covered like nougat or something. It is delicious.
It is delicious. It's what do they call it? Nougat?
Nougat. What'd I say?
I don't know.
I said nougat. Didn't
I
I?
stopped listening to you a long time ago.
Oh, damn.
Anyways, Dice, what hints are you pairing that non Three Musketeers fucking chocolate stick that you got in your hand?
Well, last episode, I was drinking the Carlsberg Brewery beer, right?
Yeah.
Pilsner. You educated me on beer, all this. So I went back to my roots. I went back to my roots. I was like, you know what? F all that noise. I'm going to drink what I know. Very superior Old Pale, sir.
Oh, the SOP. Got it. Fair enough. I do got to say, I'm not drinking it on air. I do got to say, I tried to... Since you talked about last episode, I tried a new beer tonight, actually.
Oh.
It was the Yingling Oktoberfest.
I hate you.
It was delicious.
Stop it.
It was great. I had like 2 or 3
Listeners out there, Yingling is not in my area, and it is 100% my favorite American beer. By all means. And Austin is rubbing it in. Thanks, buddy.
Suck it, nerd.
You're the best. Oh, I'm gonna fight you in the streets.
You can't even reach that high. All right. So I'm smoking the same thing as you are.
Oh, nice.
Try to butcher that name because you already butchered it enough.
Yay, Slaughterhouse.
So, I am pairing this. I've also tried a new whiskey. Not tonight. I tried it a couple weekends ago. It is the Old Emmer Cast Strength. It's a wheat whiskey, but it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Is that too many words for you there?
My God, sir. Is it whiskey? Yes or no?
Whiskey is a large umbrella, sir.
I'm just making sure that you are drinking whiskey. Okay.
It is a bourbon whiskey.
No, sir. We're just going to stop at you're drinking fucking whiskey. And all the other whiskey nerds out there, now you can add all your other adjectives and adverbs and descriptive terms. All right. So he's drinking whiskey, and what kind of whiskey is it? Now,
like Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Okay. I hope you enjoy Old Emmer. I hope you enjoy your Old Emmer whiskey.
There will be a picture on Instagram.
Do you just go through the liquor store shelves and be like, this has like 5 different names. Let me get this one to drive fucking Dice crazy today.
No.
Just do it just to fuck with him.
I don't, but I should. But so the story real quick on this one. Me and the wife were out celebrating being alive, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Congrats.
It was a birthday gift card from my parents.
Oh, it's a bad bitch's birthday.
So it was like we were like a month or so late on celebrating it because kids, babysitters, the whole thing, you gotta pay for them.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, so we're out celebrating that, and the wife, of course, wanted to go to Total Wine because I live in Illinois, where you cannot get Yingling. We were having dinner in Missouri, where you can get Yingling because I'm only 17 miles away from the fucking border. And I got to truck it through my frickin' state anyways. So that's the time for another tale. Anyways. So she's like, we gotta go to Total Wine. We gotta go get some Yingling. I was like, hell yes we do, because I gotta rub it in Dice's face that I can get Yingling. That motherfucker
like fucking sand in my eyes over here. Not only did you drink Yingling, you also bought a whiskey that has like 7 different names. So yeah, hey, clearly he hates his co-host.
So to go, and the assistant manager was like, hey, do you like whiskey? This is while I'm perusing the whiskey aisle. And I just kind of like looked around. I was like, what gave you that idea? And she just goes, would you like to taste some whiskeys? I was like, well, meanwhile, my wife walked off to go to the bathroom. And I said, my wife left me unsupervised. This sounds like a great idea right now. So I tried like 4 or 5 different whiskeys. I loved this one. It's got like caramel notes. Very smooth, very good. So I did not look at the bottle to see that it had like 6 different adjectives. I just tasted it and I was like, oh, I like this one. I'll pick up a bottle. Anyway, so then we had to go get the beer, and they had Oktoberfest Yingling there, so we had to pick up case because it's almost October, right? So why not start the Oktoberfest festivities?
Actually, this episode is the start, so that's perfect timing to drink Oktoberfest beer.
Yeah. It is October 1st?
October 1st, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Then yay, I did it right. I lose track of my days, man.
So I'm just asking. The lady that helped you said it was a lady, right?
Yeah. That's lady.
Asked you an annoying question?
Yes. While I was perusing the fucking whiskey aisle, she's like, do you like whiskey? Yeah. So, our cigar topic for tonight.
Well played.
It's 5 questions you never ask an experienced cigar smoker.
All right. I want to preface that. So I was browsing the interwebs, as the young people call them nowadays. No, nobody? Okay. And came across what the title says, A Rant. By Tommy Zman Zarzecki.
Sure, I would go with that.
Okay, and it's on Cigar Advisory. So I was going to make notes off the rant or whatever, and just coming up with it and going back and forth with you, I was like, you know what? Let's just read exactly what his rant is about, and then we will just, talk about each little rant that he has. There was like 5 of them.
Okay, all right. But before we get into that, real quick, what's our leadership topic?
Oh, man, I'm trying to skip forward to the lead. All right, so the leadership topic, moving on with annoyance, because apparently I'm annoyed this episode.
Wasn't my intent.
10 annoying leadership habits to avoid at all costs. And I don't know if you looked over the list or not, whatever, right? There's a few on there that I know I do. I'm admitted now. I'm pretty confident I annoy some people.
That's fair.
Kind of like you.
Listen, is annoying your co-host? is that one of the 10 annoying habits on there?
I think that's going to be a sidebar episode, sir.
I can't fucking wait. Can't wait for that one. All of your annoying to me happen behind the scenes.
I have no idea. I'm a prodigy of a perfect angel.
Prodigy?
Sure. I'm learning.
Okay. Yep.
Is that one of your annoyances that I don't use words properly?
Huh?
All right.
let's
So
get off
you
topic.
didn't took this off the rails enough, sir.
That's what I do, sir. I take
Enough.
things way off the rails and sometimes bring it back. Like that recovery that I just had.
Yes.
I saw the look you were giving me, and I was like, don't worry, I got this. Bring it right back. All right, first I gotta say, this cigar is one of the ugliest caps I've ever seen. One. And two, is one of the tighter draws that I've smoked in a while.
When I cut it,
I use my draw tool.
it was like styrofoam or something. I don't know.
It was like dead leaf, which is what it is. But
well, I know it's dead leaves, but I mean, it's like I was like crunching down on like the crispiest cracker there was, you know? Like, Jesus Christ.
All right. Anyway, sorry, I had to get that out. Note for the cigar that we're going over, right?
Yes, that's a good note. Add it because we are a cigar podcast with leadership tendencies.
Yeah.
Or we're a leadership podcast with cigar tendencies. Which one are we?
I don't get into that right now.
Okay. 5 questions you never ask an experienced cigar smoker. A rant by Tommy Zarzecki on Cigar Advisor.
All right. Cigar smoking is a passion that grips a person's soul and becomes a very part of his overall lifestyle. We longtime experienced lovers of the leaf not only adore our hand-rolled delight, but will go out of our way to help a newbie learn the many ins and outs of this smoke-filled pastime. For the most part, we are a patient lot, lending our cigar knowledge in every way we can to enrich the lives of others who wish to join the ranks of the hand-rolled honor society.
Did you say patience? Did I say patience? Well, to a point. There are those who test our patience from time to time, and admittedly, it gets on our nerves coming from those who don't smoke cigars, and worse yet, from those who loathe our sacred right of relaxation.
Let me put this plain and simple as I can. Some people ask us stogie lovers the dumbest, most annoying shit humanly possible. Then there are those who rudely ask us to do things with our beloved sticks that require us to use great restraint while holding back from administering a both physical and verbal beatdown. So now that I've got your attention, below I give you my personal list of 5 things you should just never ever ask an accomplished long-time cigar smoker. Alright, so that's the preface of this whole thing.
Yeah, so I also want to make it known again, because I don't want any kind of plagiarism and not be like, that's my shit! Hey, this is exactly the article that I came across, and I like the article so much I'm deciding to share on air. It is 100% from Cigar Advisor. I believe Cigar Advisor is an offshoot site of Famous Cigars. I'm not even sure. It doesn't matter. If you Google Cigar Advisor, you'll get there. And it's from around 2017, so it's fairly old. It's not like 2024 yet. So it's fairly old.
7 years old-ish?
But it still resonates to today.
Yeah.
All right. So. This is one of my favorite ones because I live it on a weekly basis. Why do you smoke cigars when you know it's going to kill you? This is never a question to ask with an innocent tone by those who have a sincere interest in your well-being. It's asked by haters and smoke Nazis who are trying to forcibly thrust their values and beliefs upon you and me. There are those who troll their way onto the Cigar Advisor Facebook page or any other social media page with a post like, "You're all gonna die. Hope you enjoy your cancer." Do they post on skydiving forums and say, "I hope your chute doesn't open"? I often ask their questions with a series of questions to them. Do you drink alcohol? Eat anything fried? Do you enjoy cakes and candies? Do you drink sugar-filled carbonated drinks? Or worse yet, diet sodas? Do you munch on salt-laden snack treats like chips? Damn, do you ever bungee jump or ride on a roller coaster? I often get a snide retort like, "Yeah, but I do that stuff in moderation." Yeah, well, Mr. Save Me From Myself, douchebag. So do I. I enjoy a legal adult pleasure that calms my mind and brings my blood pressure down in a world full of arrogant, I don't even know what that word is, fucktards. Badinsky fucktards like you. So the final thing I always ask a belligerent turd like this is, why do you ask a rude and asinine question like that instead of minding your own damn business and just live and let live?
I like to respond to those people with, why do you smoke cigars when they know they're going to kill you? Like, do you know that bag of dicks you eat all day is going to kill you too?
Well, it's obviously a rhetorical. It's like one of those questions that there is really no answer to. Like, you're going to tell me throughout your perfect life, you don't do anything in your life that's going to kill you? You don't drive on these motherfucking streets? You never sped in your life? You never flew on a plane? You never, walked in the woods?
Yeah.
You never been to a store in your life?
Boy out here?
Yeah. The fuck? Someone could mug your life as you walk to your car and take it instantly. As opposed, at least there's some pleasure out of this motherfucker.
Speaking of pleasure, have you gotten to your first third yet? Because we had a long intro.
We did have a long intro because you was annoying me because of our topics. I understand. I get it. I'm not quite there. Are you there?
I'm getting close.
Wow. Oh, you open yours up, so yours is going a little faster than mine. I did.
So for what he's talking about, I took a cigar punch. Not the cutter, like the little, stabber.
Yeah, cigar poker.
Yeah, cigar poker. I put it down the middle to help open up because it's such a tight draw. So somebody's smoking a little bit faster than dice. No big deal. Got it. There's people who just ask these rude questions. They're just trying to stir up shit. Those are the guys that just come in, or gals, that are holier than thou type, look down their nose at you type people, and you're like, shut the fuck up. Like, I bet you bend over, take it backwards on Sunday. Like, shut the fuck up. Who gives a shit? Like, I get pleasure and enjoyment out of this. Like, I do all of this stuff throughout the week. I'm a dad, I work, I'm a husband, I cook, clean, and I do all this stuff. At the end of the week, and I have a drink and smoke a cigar, and that's gonna kill me. Yeah, good luck. Yeah. Not any worse than fucking eating McDonald's or Burger King.
My problem with these type people, is they can ask these type questions. Like, if we were people, if we were friends, you're like, hey, Dice, whatever, right? We're friends. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about these random internet thugs. Like, if we know each other, I can kind of understand on a different level, because you wouldn't come at me like that anyway. But because they're internet thugs, why the fuck are you on a cigar page?
I've never understood that. It's the same thing. I see it all the time. Actually, on a bunch of different pages. Like, fucking, if you go on electrified vehicle pages, why are you driving fucking electric vehicles? They're death traps. They're going to explode. They're going to kill you. They're going to catch on fire. They're not the future. Blah, blah, blah. Then you go on like something like a hydrogen car, like Nissan Mirage has a fucking hydrogen car.
Yeah.
Oh, why are you fucking doing this? They're down, taking off. You can only drive in California. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, does nothing make you happy? And then if you go into a gas, and it's like, why do you drive gas? They're all just polluting the environment. Like, shut the fuck. Do you walk everywhere? If you walk everywhere, it's the only way you can say something. Then you're not polluting shit, except with your fucking dumbassery. But it's just stupid.
I'm gonna probably get shit for this, but I'm gonna say
I can't wait.
Okay, so I am not a fan of Lil Wayne. If you know me personally, you will know I'm not a fan of Lil Wayne. And I'm saying that I would never in my life go on any kind of Lil Wayne fan site, social media site, X, Instagram, whatever they call themselves now, Twitter. I would never go on there and be like, Lil Wayne fans, I hate Lil Wayne. I think he's the worst mumble rapper in the world. I wouldn't do it.
No point. What's the point?
I would not waste my time going to a Lil Wayne page to talk shit about Lil Wayne. Now, if he's on the radio and we're closely together and you're saying, hey, do you like Lil Wayne? Then I'm going to let you know, be like, I'm not a fan.
Right, but I asked the question of, do you like?
Correct.
Not you going, like me turning up the radio to a Lil Wayne song and be like, you go, I can't believe you like Lil Wayne. That's a fucking idiot. You're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
but if I ask you, hey, do you like this guy? Like, no, I really don't. All right, cool.
Yeah.
There's certain artists that I hate, I dislike, and I'm like, I don't understand how people like this person. I don't get it.
But to each his own, I guess. I guess some people don't have much in life to do, so this is what they do. They troll. I guess, is that what it's called? Trolling people on the interwebs?
You got the terminology right. All right.
You said it.
Can I try a puff of your cigar?
Oh.
Yes, I've actually been asked this a number of times over the past few years, and unfortunately it's never from a super hot babe, but always from a sweaty middle-aged guy waddling around in an 8X t-shirt. All kidding aside, this is as foul and disgusting, and I have always had this look of horror and disbelief when asked. I guess for some people, hygiene is overrated. I've watched younger guys who take vape hits off each other's mods, and that skeeves me out, but to take someone else soaking wet stogie and place it between your own lips, good God, stop me from talking about this immediately. If the FDA wants warnings on cigar boxes, how about we get one approved for the World Health Organization for this disease-ridden practice? This is just dumb, right? 2017, this is pre-COVID, right?
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit different now, but holy shit, don't ever ask that. Like, that'd be like, hey, I know you're mid-bite of that burger. Can I take a bite? Take some of that stuff that's in your mouth that you're chewing, and let me just take some and put it in my own mouth.
Stop it.
That'd be like, hey, let me spit in your mouth. Like, what? No.
I never wanted to fight you more in my life.
I said that because I know how much diet. By the way, everyone who does not know, diet hates spit. Everything about it.
If you ever want to fight me instantly, do that. Do that, and we will fight instantly.
Just spit on him, period.
Instantly.
Instantly. But anyway, this is stupid. I'm sitting, like, I'm literally actively taking puffs of my cigar where it's in between my lips. Got my tongue saliva all over this shit. Yeah. It's like, did I make out with you? Like, maybe if it was your wife, right? I could almost understand it if it was your wife, or your girlfriend, or your husband, or your spouse, or significant other. I could almost understand, because making out or kissing or whatever,
only person in the world.
Right.
Only person in the world.
Dang near the same thing. But to go up and ask a random stranger, I would never ask you guys, hey man, how's that cigar? Is it good? You like it? Can I get a puff? Good. What?
I'm take you back in time a little bit. Do you remember DJ Acer
DJ
at Triple Crown?
That name sounds super familiar.
He was the DJ at when we was at Triple Crown.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
You remember what he asked me?
He wanted a puff of your cigar.
He wanted a puff of my cigar, and I looked at him. I was like, "No, homie. You know what I will do? Is I will give you a cigar so you." Because he just wanted to try it, right? He was like, I'm DJing at the cigar place. I never had a cigar. Can I have a puff of yours? DJ Acer, we cool peoples. I just met you. You're not my wife. You know what? I'll give you a cigar. 100% I'll do that all day long. I was fucking gross.
I'm just saying, like, that's the only person, like, your significant other, spouse, whatever, that would probably be the only person I'd be okay with. If they're like, oh, like, I'm sitting there puffing on it, and they just take it and, like, take a puff. Or I see it in one of my favorite movies of all time. Fuck. I just lost the name of it.
It's a good thing it's your favorite movie of all time. Because immediately, if someone was to say that to me, I'd be like, Scarface. Like, immediately. Like, I wouldn't even, like, how you're thinking about it right now. Like, how you're annoying all our listeners by not naming your favorite movie of all time that you want to quote right now.
Damn it. No, it's not even quote. It's a scene. Shit.
Oh my God. You know what? You know why you do that? I'm going to talk about my first third.
Please do.
Then maybe you can. No, I'm just fucking with you. No, my first third, I got a heavy note of, I don't know if it's because it was sitting on the cedar side of my humidor or not. It's a very strong cedar. And it's a definitely like
Tombstone.
Okay. I'll be your hucklebearer.
Well, so in that movie, his partner, right, Doc Holliday's partner, takes the cigarette out of his lips and puffs on it herself.
Yeah,
So that's the only thing that made me think. Anyway,
okay.
yeah, cedar.
And I want to say like a fucking darkness of all the coffee that you could think of is the flavor profiles that I'm getting.
There's a little bit of black pepper in the back.
I was going to say a hint of floral for me.
Oh, it's on the retro. On the retro, I got some black.
Okay.
So, and I have like caramel, however you want to say it.
It's too late.
Which one pisses you off more, Dice? Which one annoys you more?
I'm pleading the fifth on that one because I refuse to let you know. You fucker.
And got on the first time. Yes. All right. Anyway, yeah, no, I agree with everything you said. It's a dark coffee. There's some cedar. I got a little bit of pepper on the back end. Because it just reminds me of black coffee.
All right.
So the next question that
All
you
right.
never asked an experienced cigar smoker.
Can you move somewhere else with your cigar?
Get fucked.
What you talking about, Willis? For those that don't know, that's from the TV show Different Strokes. It was Arnold. Okay. Listen, I've said it time and time again that I am a conscientious cigar smoker, and I continually profess that everyone who loves the leaf should be. I don't smoke near crowds of people I don't know, and I'm never, ever around children. And while there are fewer places than ever where puffing is permitted, I will always seek out those hallowed bastions of smokiness to enjoy my passion. But do you think that matters? Not really, because the haters will always hate. I've had people more than 75 plus feet away on the other side of a quiet city street that will start hacking and gagging as if the Black Plague had made an unannounced comeback. Of course, that comes equipped with waving of the arms like they're being attacked by a swarm of hornets or a giant moth like Mothra. Can you just go somewhere else with that stinking weed? One rude couple demanded. I'm in the middle of a big city 25 yards away with pollutants being spewed by trucks, taxis, and buses every turn. Yet you claim I'm the one giving you the black lung? Once in Vegas at a high-end casino, I chose to play at a blackjack table with a sign that clearly said smoking permitted. As I fired up my tasty Inferno Flashpoint, which is a pretty good cigar by the way, two grouchy elderly shrews sat down next to me and had the gall to ask me to move to another table. I reached out, grabbed the smoking permitted sign, and placed it directly in front of them and said, "I'm sorry ladies, I don't have my glasses. Can you guys tell me what the sign says?" After a few salty old school explicitives, they decided that expanding their barnyard door asses at the buffet was a better choice. Nah.
So that one pisses me off because, again, if you are like this individual says, right?
Yeah.
If you are a conscientious cigar smoker, meaning you go out of your way to sit there. I come out on the patio. I don't smoke around with my kids outside.
Yep.
I come outside. I only smoke around people who are willing to be smoked around, like my wife. I do it outside in open air where it's nice, the wind's blowing, everything's good. I don't go in crowds of people and light up. I go into cigar bars, cigar lounges, and like I might fire up one in a Vegas casino if smoking is permitted in that area.
Correct.
I don't walk through a smoking area of a casino asking motherfuckers to put their cigarettes out. I hate the smell of cigarettes. I don't mind the smell of cigars, but I hate the smell of cigarettes. I don't walk through the smoking area going, it's only cigar smoking over here. Put your fucking cigarette out. No, it's smoking. It's smoking. It's smoking. Like, as long as it's legal, you're good, right? So, I think we've actually had that happen when we walked out of 8 and people were walking by and they're like, I can't believe they let people smoke in here. And it was like 8 is the lounge. It's like, where people are smoking in the lounge.
Yeah,
you can barely smell it out here. If you don't like it, walk the fuck around.
We did it at the football game. We was in the middle of we was in the parking lot away from everyone, but people did pass by. Actually, we got a few high fives for it. One thing I want to know, not one thing. One thing I want to note about the passage I just read that he was ranting about. He sat down at the table first.
Right? Yes. That means he lit up. You see smoke coming out, presumably, and you still sat your ass down and asked him to move his fucking ass?
Yeah, you walked up. Yeah, you walked up to him. You had a choice. Your choice was either A, go some fucking where else, or B, go sit down at the table with him smoking a cigar and ask him to put his cigar out. Hey, Austin, can I borrow a pencil? Sure. Hey, Austin, can you bring it to me?
Yeah.
What? No, go fuck yourself. You wanted to borrow it. You come get it.
Right. No, my kid does that shit all the time. Dad, I need water. All right, go get yourself some. Well, can you go get my water cup that's in the kitchen and go bring it to me so I can fill it up with water? Bitch, no, it's already in the kitchen. Go fill it up with water.
I'm literally sitting in the sink and the water's running. Dad. But that's essentially what these ladies did.
Yeah.
They're like, oh.
Like, gall.
Hey, blackjack lady, I know this is blackjack table, but can we run some like gin rummy or something?
Yeah. What the fuck? No.
No.
Hey, that'd be like going to Ruth's, like Ruth's Chris, right? That nice steakhouse, and be like, yeah, I really don't like steak. Do you guys have any vegan options? Get out.
Get the fuck out.
Get out. I'm sure they do, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
Oh, you're at a steakhouse.
Yeah.
No, yeah. No.
We're world famous. All kinds of cuts of meat. Yeah.
Do you know that eating beef is murder? Then why the fuck did you
It's crazy to me. It's annoying. It's crazy. But I mean, I can feel his pain or his whatever, because that happens. That 100% happens in real life.
Yeah.
That was a real life story he shared. There's real life stories we could share. There's real life stuff that happens. Like, are you fucking serious right now?
Yeah. I'm not walking down the street. So there's one dude. I know. I got a story about one dude. I'm sure he got shit about it. But he was in the middle of. We were in a wine festival, and I know and I recognized the smell of a cigar immediately. And I sat there and was looking around. And I saw this gentleman, and he had a cigar. He had a cigar in his mouth as a Padron, and he just kind of like gave me a little wave. And I was like, "Oh, that smells so good." And he goes, "I've already been asked to put it out 5 times, but they said smoking's permitted here, so I said fuck them." I was like, "Good for you, man." And he's like, "But I was like, but see, I would never do that because I'm in a crowd of people. That's kind of ridiculous." More power to that guy for doing it. I'm not mad at him. But
he had every right to.
Yeah, he had every right to. I wouldn't do that personally, but more power to him. All right, moving on. All right, number 4. Can you put your cigar out? So here I am, sitting on the beach on a beautiful day, and I'm enjoying the hell out of a tasty Punch Gran Puro Nicaragua. Not another human in sight, which that is a great cigar.
Yes.
Up comes a woman pushing a stroller who asked me to put my cigar out. I say there is 200 billion square feet of wide open space for the smoke to dissipate into the stratosphere, and all you have to do is just keep walking by. She replies in her snarky tone, "It's people like you who are killing our children." So I peer into the stroller and it is empty, no child in sight. Are you married to the invisible man? It was a fair question. She asked more like the man than a stern tone to put out my cigar, the one I just lit only 5 minutes ago. If you're a longtime cigar smoker like me, you've been asked on this on golf courses, at barbecues, and casinos, hell, even smoke-friendly bars, and it never gets any easier to deal with. If I am in a place where smoking is permitted, no, I will not put out my cigar. Again, I'm a very conscientious cigar smoker, and I make sure I'm way clear of others, but again, the rude intolerance of the hateful of many is appalling. We're nothing but pariahs to them, and in their minds, we basically have no rights. But guess what? We do. I will be nice and polite for as long as I can, but I have my limits and I'm defending my rights. No, lady, I will not put out my cigar, and that kid of yours is nothing to look at. Which is funny because there's no kid in the stroller. Yeah.
Look, thanks for pointing that out.
Again, she had every right to go around. She had every right to keep walking and say nothing. Walk faster. Now, I've been to places where people are smoking cigarettes, and you're not supposed to smoke like within 50 feet of an entrance to a non-smoking place or whatever. They're smoking like right next to the door, and I just push my kid through really quickly, it's whatever. You know? I'm like, it's fine, whatever. It's not going to be that big of a deal. But, like, that's illegal and kind of a dick move. But I'm like, whatever, it's outside. But if you're in a wide open space, and I've done this on a beach, I've walked and I looked around, and I'm like, there is nobody. I've got a quarter mile that way to my left and a quarter mile to the right, and I'll sit and smoke and I'll just watch the waves roll in, and invariably some couples walk in the beach, and I lit up like 5-10 minutes ago, and they're like, can you just put your cigar out? This is the beach. Like, bitch, do you see that I have separated myself from humanity to enjoy some fucking peace and quiet? You guys just so happen to be walking along this stretch of beach. There is nothing but blue skies up ahead. It will dissipate. It's fine. Not a big deal. You're walking past me. I'm not walking past you smoking a cigar. You are walking past me. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. those last two annoyances, right? I don't know if you remember the movie Cape Fear. Robert De Niro is smoking a cigar in a crowded movie theater, and the smoke is like billowing, and you can see it through the screen, and it's going all over the place. Now that I can understand, like, sir, what the fuck are you doing? All day long, you got me. But if I'm on a beach, a prairie with nice grass plains all around, halfway up a fucking mountain, and there's no one above me and no one below me, like, are you fucking serious right now?
Yeah.
I'm even polite enough to be like, hey, wife, you mind? And if she says yes, then I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll just wait until the time is better.
Yeah.
Because those that don't know, my wife is not a fan of cigar or cigar smoke.
Yeah. No, it's just
unless it's a black and mild. She likes the smell of black and mild.
The pipe tobacco.
Sure. So maybe I get a bunch of Stillwater? Was it Steve Saka's cigar? Stillwater.
Oh,
Stillwell. My bad.
Stillwater's a town in Oklahoma, bud.
Oh, I've been there many times.
There you go. Shut up.
Okay, that's cap. I'm capping. Unlike this fucking cap on a cigar that is horrendous.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Number 5. Oh, this is one of my favorite questions of all time, and I guarantee you, every cigar smoker, whether you're new, old, whatever the fuck, I bet you this one's happened. Is that a Cuban cigar? Or is that cigar Cuban? Either form. It's perhaps the number one moronic question of choice asked by novices and knuckleheads alike, and I have stabbed people for less. Okay, kidding about the stabbing, but it's one hell of a pet peeve of mine, and yeah, you've seen me write about it before. Remember, this is the article that the guy wrote. Alright, I admit that it's not a question asked by horribly rude haters, but it still just frosts my onions all the same when asked. I always take a deep breath and answer as politely as I can with a, no, it's not Cuban. Well, unless it really does happen to be a Cuban, which, in fairness, in the States, that's like no, you're not going to have a Cuban. But if you're like, I recently was out of country and they sell Cubans, but someone's not going to ask that in another country. They tend to really only ask it in America, or an American is going to ask that question. Yeah,
which is the dumbest question ever. Have you guys ever heard of an embargo? Does anyone know what an embargo is? Do we remember 5th grade social studies?
There's a cigar named Embargo.
Yeah.
And it's not Cuban.
Yeah. When you stop goods from a certain country entering your other country, guess what? They have an embargo against Cuba. Don't get Cuban cigars in America. The only way to get them currently is to either fly to Cuba, go on a fucking cruise, and pay hundreds of dollars.
Oh my God.
Dollars on the fucking beach, you jackasses. Pay hundreds of dollars a stick for a Cuban tequila, and then, yeah, it will be a Cuban cigar.
Yes.
Or, conversely, go to another country like Norway or somewhere else where they actually get Cuban cigars, that still pay hundreds of kroner, whatever the fucking denomination of fucking money they have there, and
Yes.
pay it all the same.
I think the last time someone asked me that, I was like, "Wow, are you the fucking police?" No, I was just, yeah, go away.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say go away. I did say, "What are you, the fucking police?" And then they kind of like took a step back. It was kind of like, I was like, no, it's not a Cuban, man. I'm just messing with you. I was like, oh, okay. What is it? Dude, you're not a cigar smoker, so even if I told you what it is, you still wouldn't fucking know what it is.
That'd be like if I said, "Is that a whiskey?" Yeah, it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Like,
This guy.
those are the fucking whiskey.
Yeah, it's rye from bourbon barrels, whatever you fucking make up on the spot.
God, I read the bottle.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it's a Nicaraguan puro with overlapping Dominican binder and filler. Wait, what the fuck did you just say?
So it's not a Cuban?
Yeah,
Is Nicaragua in Cuba?
sure.
Please go away.
Yeah,
I'll give you $5 if you go away.
I did have somebody recently. I went to a cigar lounge, and I was perusing, right as I do,
You educated motherfucker.
looking for new and interesting cigars to smoke via the band.
Yeah, I was
And-
going to say, let's
and
be
the
honest.
And the brand. I look at the brand,
Yeah,
right?
I
and then
believe you.
I'm like, oh, do they have anything new? Because I'm a very visible person. Anyway, guy walks in, and he goes, "Do you guys sell Cuban cigars?" And I stopped what I was doing, picked my head up, and I turned, because I was like, I gotta witness this interaction between the shopkeep and this gentleman who just seems exasperated that he can't find fucking Cuban cigars. And the shopkeeper he kind of like looks up because he's watching me. We're talking,
Because you're still.
and, right? We gotta make sure the stuff's good.
I'm sorry.
5% discount. No, I'm kidding. So they kind of like looks at me and just, "No, we don't sell Cuban cigars here." And the guy goes, "Are you fucking shitting me?" I kind of like cocked my head a little bit, and he looks at me and he's like, "This is the 5th motherfucking cigar lounge I fucking been to,
God damn it.
and I can't find fucking Cuban cigars anywhere. And my best friend is getting married in a couple days, and I want him to have a Cuban cigar." And I looked at the shopkeep, and the shopkeep locked eyes, and I just started laughing. I was dying. And he's like, "What's so funny?" I said, "Brother," "you ain't finding Cuban cigars in America." I said, "There's an embargo. We don't get them here." I said, "You can't buy Cuban cigars. The only place to get them is in Cuba or overseas." And I was like, "You're not getting them here." And he goes, "Are you fucking shitting me?" He goes, "I wanted him to have the best." I was like, "Look, man, I'm sure this wonderful gentleman here behind the counter could point you to some really, really great cigars for you and your friend, if that's what you would like. But they're not going to be Cuban cigars." I was like, we don't get them in America. It's period, dot, in the store. Sorry to tell you." And he goes, and I said, "Oh," and then the shopkeep kind of like looked back. He goes, "Well, do you guys smoke cigars?" And he's like, "No, none of us have ever had a cigar ever in our life." And I just smiled and I whipped back around and I was like, "Oh, this boy's about to get paid." He goes, "You know what? I got some really great cigars for you guys," and led him straight over to like fucking Liga Privadas. Then I was like, "There you go."
That's going to knock him on his
sale.
fucking ass. Hell
That's
yeah.
gonna make the sale. He's like, "I'm going to make some money off this dumbass." And then, of course, I let him check out, and I checked out, and the guy was like, "Hey, man, thanks for the assist." And I was like, "Hey, man, thanks for the discount on these cigars." And he was like, "Fair enough." I like, he gave me a discount.
Well played, sir.
I was like, "Hey, I'll help you with the sale, brother." He's like, "Come on now, hook me up."
I am 100% in my second third.
Me too.
Like, it opened the fuck up, and I am 100% in that second third.
Oh yeah, you're yeah.
I'm pushing third over here.
Yeah. All right. Get to
Did
it.
you want to do it?
We'll take a break. We'll do it, and then we can take a break.
Okay, that's making sure I heard you correctly.
Yeah.
So, mine is definitely went to a. Yours is probably going to be different. For some reason, I think mine is different than yours. It was harder to me. Anyway, a very strong, like, barnyard. It's still getting cedar and woody. I don't want to say just cedar, but it's more of a wood plank, some kind of different wood, and I'm getting black pepper.
Do you get any white pepper on the retro?
I haven't retro, so
try retroing really quick.
Okay.
Just because, so I'm getting those. I'm getting the barnyard. I'm getting cedar, but there's a component back there. I can't. It almost tastes like white pepper.
To me, it tastes like probably because I did it quick, a smoky white pepper. Like if you used to take white pepper and smoke it, like I would do an old fashioned. Yeah.
I was like, there's something else there, but it's almost like a white peppery kind of thing.
Actually, that was actually kind of nice. I'm not going to front. I'm going to actually do it again. Yeah.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the 10 annoying leadership habits to avoid at all costs. We'll see you guys after the break.
Have you ever wanted to suggest a new leadership or cigar topic to your favorite podcast?
I would like to, but I don't think they would listen.
Well, that's not the case with Leadership of the Leaf.
Really?
Yeah, only thing is you need to do is comment on their Instagram at Leadership of the Leaf, all one word, and they'll listen.
I'm on the Instagram page right now. There's a link in the bio. I can even email them.
You can also send them a private message, and they'll respond to your query.
Queries? Did you just say queries? Does that mean question?
Yes, it does.
Well, good. I have a few queries about cigars and a few about leadership.
Well, that's great. I can't wait for the next episode.
This is retired machinist mate first class George Kreischer, or better known as Crash. And you are listening to the Leadership of the Leaf, hosted by Dice and Austin.
All right, welcome back. We just had a quick little break. We talked about our first and second, third before the break this time. Normally we wait till after, but this time we didn't.
Now,
yeah, well, yeah, it is definitely like mine open up. I mean, it's smoking actually really well now. Now we're going to go into 10 annoying leadership habits to avoid at all costs.
Yeah, buddy.
Leadership is perhaps the most extensively discussed skill in today's business environment, or probably any kind of group setting kind of environment. In a world where faster, better, cheaper, and smarter are the mantras of leaders, maintaining peace of mind and equanimity while delivering results and becoming increasingly challenging. We're going to share some irritating habits that certain leaders tend to succumb to. And I will, when we go over them, I will admit my flaws. I'll admit them.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
So how do I number one? Hey, thanks, buddy. Is the thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
In the past, a supervisor is often referred to everyone as buddy. This also goes for boss, big dog,
friend.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, guy.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Initially, this might seem like a harmless, faster way to foster a friendly atmosphere that many employees appreciate. However, when this term is used excessively, it can lose its sincerity and instead seem casual and patronizing rather than genuinely heartfelt.
All right. So a good solution for that is forget buddy or whatever you insert there and use their name instead. Someone hearing their name is like Mozart to their ears. That people love hearing their name, especially if it's thanks, buddy.
That's my name.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Austin. I appreciate it. Like that will go a whole lot further than hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate what you do. Like, do you even know what I do? Do you even know who I am? Habit one. I'll go ahead and admit now, I am horrible for that. I am absolutely, even if I know your name, a lot of times hey, thanks, buddy. Hey, I appreciate that, friend. That's good looking out, buddy. Like, I am horrible for that. And every now and then I do catch myself and I'm like, hey, Carlos, man, that's a good job on whatever you did today or whatever. Insert the name in the place of the buddy or friend. And I will admit, I fall in that habit a lot.
So I will say that I had a recent boss. He's moved on to bigger, better jobs, right? But he was senior VP, whatever, of logistics. And director of logistics, I think it's dude. So, anyway, this dude was so far up the chain. I was briefing him like he was my direct boss to like the CEO. So I was briefing him, and he came around, and he always knew my name. And I was always like, how do you remember my name? Like, I'm so far down the totem pole. I've briefed you a couple times, but like, it just blew me away because he knew every single person's name. Bing, bang, boom. But and he's like, and I would see him go down the line. On his last day, he was giving out thanks to some employees, and he went down the road. He went up and down the road in the cubicle, and he's like, "Hey, thanks, Joe. Hey, thanks, Mark. Hey, thanks, Austin." And he just remembered every single person's name. And I was like, "This dude's got it, man!" Like, I would be happy to work for him in the future at any point, shape, or time. I'd be like, "I got that guy's back. I'll follow him all the way." And it wasn't just because he knew my name. He had a bunch of other good quality leadership. But always, whenever he said my name, I was like, "Damn, you really remember my name?" And he's like, "Hey, thanks for doing this. And I was like, "You knew that I did that?" And he's like, "Hell yeah, I did." I'm like, "Huh, all right, cool." Like, "Thanks, bud." Yeah, sure, no problem. Thanks, Austin. I was like, "Yeah."
The owner of a company that I work for, the owner, his granddaughter actually, so she was going to be taking over the company, this whole thing, right? And we had a group, we had got a good QA write-up, follow-up, whatever, report, whatever. And so she was thanking everyone that was on that group by allowing us to get like company swag for free. Like, you can pick something out of the company shop and it's free on me because I appreciate what you guys did. And as everyone was going through line to go into the shop, I stopped and I was like, going through the line or whatever, right before I was going in, she was like, "Hey, thanks, Dice. I want to appreciate what you guys did. So, Dice, you're allowed to get something out of the gift shop," or whatever, right? Whatever swag it was. I think I got a shirt or a jacket, whatever. But I didn't even need something from the gift shop. The person that is so high on the totem pole, like you were saying, fucking said, "Thanks, Dice." Like, she knew who the fuck I was walking through. I didn't hear her say everybody else's name as they walked through. But she said mine as I walked through. Maybe because it's, I don't know. I think Dice is a cool name. But maybe, yeah, I did have a little pep in my, I had that Sherman Hensley from from the Jeffersons, that little walk he does. Yeah, I had that kind of swag walking in there. I was like, shit. Even my friend was like, "Damn, she said your name." I was like, "For real?" Anyway, saying someone's name is going to sound a whole lot more golden than, "Hey, you. Hey, I appreciate you. You." Yeah.
Because after a while, buddy, like, if you're not your buddy, they're just going to be like, "This motherfucker doesn't even know my name."
Yeah. I was saying thanks to like 3 different people back to back to back, and I caught myself because I was like, "Hey, buddy, I appreciate it. Hey, buddy, you did a good job," whatever. And I was like, damn, I just said buddy twice in a row. So the last person, I made sure I said their name. I knew all 3 of their names. I just, for some reason, bad habit. I need to break it.
Default.
Yeah.
All right, next habit.
All right. What else? Consider this scenario. In every meeting or discussion with your boss, or regardless of the topic or duration, the boss constantly concludes with the question, "What else?" Even if there's nothing further to add, the boss waits for a response, prompting the individuals to think of something to say. Once the person finished speaking, the boss repeats, "All right, what else?" Sometimes there simply isn't anything more to discuss, or trust that any additional information will be provided if necessary is essential. Essentially, after the meeting, your boss will not let everyone go until somebody comes up, "All right, what else?" Then you stammer off something, like something brilliant, whatever, and then they're like, "All right, what else?" Well, fuck, we didn't even discuss what I just said. But now
Yeah.
you're already asking what else? Now we're just moving on. So you just want to hear us talk? I don't get that.
No. So I'm all for like including a meeting and going down the end and going, got it, pointing at everybody, you got anything. And if people give thumbs ups, I'm good. All right, cool, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm good with that aspect, but the what else? And you ramble something off, and he's like, all right, cool, what else? No, motherfucker, there's obviously nothing else. We are concluded our meeting. If there is anything, if you just go down the road, bing, 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 boom, boom, and say, and then here's the solution. If you thank them for their time, remind them that your door's always open. If there is anything else, you can just say, hey, guys, I want to appreciate your time for discussing this problem today. Just want to remind you, if you guys think of anything after this meeting or want to come talk to me later on, my door's always open if you guys got anything else to further discuss. Boom, you're done. Get the fuck out.
I'm going to add a little bit to that because I do agree with what you said, but there's times when I had meetings with a group or whatever, and then I'm looking around the room, all right, anybody got anything else? And nobody says anything, but there's one person that has this like look, like a perplexed look or a confused look, or, like they want something else to add to it. But, okay, anybody got anything else? Oh, okay, Austin, you look like you got something. Then you say nothing, then okay, I'm moving on. But I took a verbal cue of what I saw on your face because, our body language tells a lot.
Right.
So I wanted to give you the opportunity because I don't want you to think I'm ignoring anyone in this group. I see that you seem a little confused. So you got anything else? You sure? All right. Then I go to thank people for the time. You can always come to me. I'm approachable, this whole thing. Not that I have an open door policy because I hate using those words, but I'm available.
So I will respectfully disagree with you on that one.
Okay.
Because if somebody has a perplexed look, like they don't understand something,
yeah,
and you call them out in the middle of the meeting, like, "Hey, you look confused. Are you good over there?"
No. I didn't say that. I didn't say you. I didn't say, "Hey, Austin, you look confused. Do you have anything else?" I said I look around the room and I pay attention to see if anyone has that look about them. I
Right.
don't say you look confused. It doesn't seem like you understand what the fuck is going on. You got anything else, motherfucker? No. I look around the room, be like, Austin, you have anything else you want to add? You got any further questions? You good? Okay, then I move on. I don't want to call them out. I just want to provide them a platform. Like this is time for you to ask that confusing question. Because once we get out there and start producing widgets and you connect the red to the blue and fucked everything up because you had a question in our meeting that we just had about this, now there's going to be a whole different conversation.
Yeah, I tend to go back to those people and like make note, like this guy looks confused, and that's why I go down the line. You good? All right, everyone give me a thumbs up, and then I wait till everyone disperses. I wait a little bit, and then I go to that person. I'm like, hey man, you good? Like, you understand everything? You got any questions? Like, no, I'm good. All right, well, just making sure. All right, cool. And then maybe go to a couple other people, and then just, all right, nobody has anything. Just a reminder, my door's always open. Just so that way I can approach them at the desk and say, hey man, you good? Like, you got any questions? Anything? Like, oh dude, I was actually so confused. What did you mean by COB? That's close of business. Oh, okay. So that means the day. Oh, okay, cool. That's all I needed. All right, cool, bud. I just didn't want to ask because it seemed like a dumb question. Nope, totally understand. Got it. Moving on. All right. So, habit 3. It's all in the eyes. The speaker believes that one of the most meaningful gifts we can offer during a conversation is eye contact. Throughout their career, they have encountered several leaders whose attention remained fixed on their computer screen while they spoke. Despite seeking advice on crucial matters, the screen often seems to hold greater importance than the conversation itself. So, here's the solution. Stop what you're doing and give them your undivided attention and be sure to look at them. So I've done this to people and it pisses me the fuck off. Well, I shouldn't say I've done this to people. I've had this done to me.
Okay.
And it pisses me the fuck off because I will come up and I'm like, hey boss, I have this question. I have this problem. I have a personnel issue, whatever the question, whatever it is, right? And they're like, yeah. They'll spin from their computer to the side so the computer's still on their left, and I'm like talking to them, and then they hear the inevitable ding of a fucking email, and then they turn to look while I'm still talking to them, and then they move their mouth a little bit, and then they kind of like type it up, and then I'm like, what the fuck happened to my problem? Like, just
Yeah.
So what I've always tried to do is just turn my monitors off. Like, think. All right, what's your problem? You got my undivided attention. What can I do for you? And then even if it chimes up, I can't see anything. My fucking monitors are off. So I'm like, all right. So I might look over and be like, oh yeah, monitors are off. Because it's instinctive now. We're trained.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah,
Monkeys.
What's up? You still good? I'm still good. I'm here. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna solve this problem. Go for it.
I've witnessed you do this before. I've seen this firsthand knowledge. Austin working, click-clacking on a computer. I've seen a younger guy come up and ask you a question, and you actually got up from because the computer was like on a little platform. You actually got up from the desk, stepped down off the platform, standing with the individual, and you guys had a conversation about what the problem was, and then you actually kind of walked over and helped them through whatever the dilemma they had at that time. You could have sat at a computer and just swiveled and talked to that person, but you actually got up and stood there face to face, so that person knew without a shadow of a doubt you was paying him full of attention. All the attention was on that issue at hand.
I do it with my wife. My wife thinks I'm getting distracted sometimes about it because I find myself on phone, right? Phone is such an easy thing to just sit there and talk. They're like, what are we doing for dinner? What are we doing for this? Da, da, da. Like, they'll answer, and I'm like, what did you just say? Like,
yeah.
So I'm like, I get mad at myself when I'm doing it. I'm like, fuck. Click. And I look at her, and she's like, no, go back to what you're doing. I'm like, no. You asked me a question. I'm trying to give you my full, undivided attention. I put my phone down. What do you need? I'm here with you right now. Let's solve the problem. And she's like, well, I didn't mean for you to get off, if I'm playing a game or whatever. I didn't mean for you to do that. I didn't mean for you to get off your game or whatever. I'm like, no, it's fine. What do you need? I'm here. You got my attention. Let's solve this. And she's like, oh, well, this, and this. I'm like, all right, cool. Done. Solved. Took 2 seconds. Back on whatever I'm doing. Oh, okay. I'm like, it's not a big deal, but I have to have that eye contact. I have to be able to give you my full attention because multitasking is not, a thing us humans do that great. Even the best multitaskers who claim to do multitasking, they're just really fast switching, and they can't multitask. The human brain can't do it. So it is called task switching. So I literally turn off my monitors, and I'm like, what are you doing? I've done it on phone calls too. And it's really funny because people are like, yeah, pull up this screen and look at this. I'm like, hold on. And they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, turn my monitors back on. I was giving you my full undivided attention on the phone. So I didn't want to check an email and everything else.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So,
Monday mornings. The weekend flew by after a tough week at work. Just as you were starting to relax, Monday morning arrived and you're woken up by your alarm clock. You head back to the office. You arrive a little early, anticipating the week ahead with the dread of the 9:30 management team meeting with their boss. Every Monday morning, they spend 3 hours updating their boss of the previous week and plans for the upcoming week. They found the timing inconvenient, unnecessary, and agonizing. Now, this is a double edge here because sometimes you got to have that morning meeting to recap the weekend or follow up from what the week prior, and you need to take care of it early Monday so you can go and plan out the week properly. But if it's just a nonsense meeting that you have every Monday, try pushing it back, I guess, to after lunch.
One, I would say, why the fuck are you having a 3-hour meeting?
3 hours, yes.
Goddamn ridiculous.
Correct.
If you want to have a meeting at 9:30 on a Monday, I don't give a shit. But if it's literally to update you what happened over the weekend and give you the plan for the upcoming week, that at most could be 45 minutes. Maybe an hour if the conversation goes a little long.
Yeah.
But it should be, hey boss, last week we got X, Y, Z done. All right, cool. What's the plan for this upcoming week? All right, our plan is right now is to get A, B, C done. If we have time, depending on how B and C go, we might get D done. But it's looking unlikely at this point. All right, cool. Anybody have anything boom, 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 go down the line. All right, cool. Get the fuck out. That should be a 20, 30-minute conversation at most. At most, 3 hours. Holy shit, 3 hours. Shorten meeting. Shorten meeting. Then they're not dreading a 3-hour meeting at 9:30. If you shorten it to a 30-minute meeting, then everyone's like, fuck, 30-minute meeting at 9:30? I can do that with my eyes closed. I get it. I roll in at 8:30, get myself situated, read the all my emails from over the weekend and any last minute from Friday, and boom, 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 got my notes here, bing, bang, boom. All right, cool. By 9:15, you're strolling into that meeting, confident as peacock, and you go, all right, let's sit down and do this, boss. And here we go, boom, 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 bingo, bango, let's go tango.
Yeah. And if it needs to be a 3-hour meeting, split that motherfucker up. Do the first 30 minutes. After lunch, do an hour if need be, or another 30 minutes, or hour. Break that shit up.
I can't see why I'm being 3 hours.
Well, anyway, it's a bad habit because some leaders or whatever, they have to micromanage and they need to know every insignificant detail about what's going on. Something. You don't need to know how the hot dog was made.
How many hot dogs do we produce? We produced 500 of them last week. We plan to produce another 600 this week. All right, cool. Sounds good. You don't need to know how was the hot dog made. You need to go, how many did we produce and were they up to quality standards? Yes. All right, cool. Any safety incidents I need to know about? No. All right, everybody have a good weekend? Yeah? All right, cool. Let's get the fuck out of here. Boom. You're already back at work 30 minutes later, and everyone's like, oh, that really wasn't that bad. So they don't stroll in
dread it. Yeah.
Dreading this fucking 3-hour meeting. It's like, oh, geez, if it's a 3-hour meeting, move that shit to like Wednesday and go, hey, on Wednesday we gotta have this midweek meeting. I need to know what happened from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I don't know what you guys are planning for the next week.
Even then, maybe have just an hour meeting for that or something.
Yeah.
3 hours is way too long. Come on.
That's 3 hours.
That's a bad habit to have.
3-hour meeting. Fucking stupid. Anyway. All right. Habit number 5 is Phantom of the Office. Yeah. They've had bosses in the past who were seldom seen. These supervisors would occasionally speak passionately about the importance of their staff, but failed to demonstrate it through their actions. When physically present, they appeared mentally distant, using their limited time with staff to focus on themselves rather than understanding the team or the business. To compound the issue, during critical work problems requiring their assistance, they became even more aloof, adding frustration to the situation. So your solution here would be spend time with your staff, motherfuckers. Get up from behind the desk, motherfuckers, and get to know your staff, motherfuckers. They will thank and respect you for it. Don't hide away when there is a problem. Holy shit, you failed upward, and now you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. Congratulations.
I know we've had bosses like we have this situation, and I guess it's up to me to fix this motherfucker. Shit, I have no one else to ask.
So, in those situations, if you really require their assistance, here's my recommendation. This is what I would do. If you cannot find your boss, you can't find hide nor hair of them, go to their boss and go, hey boss, I hate to really bother you with this. I know it's this person's department, but I can't seem to find them right now. Do you think you can come give me a hand with this? Or do you know somebody who might be able to give me a hand with this? One, that's going to draw attention to why the fuck weren't they there during a problem.
Correct.
2, you're going to get it solved. Or, 3, your boss's boss is going to see you stepping up to lead, especially if you come with not just a problem, but a solution to that problem.
Yes.
And they're going to go, why the fuck do I have this guy when I have this other guy?
Yeah.
I don't need, if I'm paying this middle manager and this person just ended up coming to me anyways, I'm going to fire this asshole. And I'm going to hire this guy up in his spot, and I'll just hire a new one to him, and he'll take care of the team. Boom. And so that's what I personally.
Well, I will tell you, I suck at that, what you just said. Because normally, if I can't find the person I need to speak up to, then I'm just going to make a educated decision on my own from my own experiences. And if it's a good one, cool. If it's a bad one, and then I'm questioning why it's bad, I'll be like, well, I had to utilize the tools that were provided.
Yeah.
Why didn't you ask Austin? Couldn't find him.
Yeah. So that problem is, I'm good with that for, emergency situations, urgent situations.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a decision. We're just going to roll with it. Fuck it. But if it's a problem and we're like, hey, we kind of need to work this issue and I can't find this motherfucker for 2 days. I'm trying to call him his cell phone. I'm trying to call his office phone. And I still can't find him. I'm just going to go to his boss. Be like, hey, I know you said in the meeting that this guy would take care of it, but I can't find this motherfucker. And it's been 2 days. I tried calling his cell phone. Could you either send them my way or could you help me with this problem? Because here's my solution. I want to make sure you're good with it. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, go ahead and do that. And I'll have a talk about it. All right, cool. Thanks, boss. Whoop. Out the door.
There's a habit in there where you can't get a haircut. Yeah, I know that sounds a little weird, right? Okay, so the person recounts a significant mistake they made at work. They left the office briefly to get a haircut while prepping for the office get-together with a client later that evening. Upon returning, they found their boss actively causing chaos in the department with sleeves rolled up and just demanding things. In a short time they were away, the boss had the team leaders and the staff stressed and scrambling around the office, making changes that were insignificant, and the incident made it clear that the chaos would have ensued regardless if you took that haircut break or not. The boss was often on the phone and sitting nearby, supposedly helping, but his presence sometimes exacerbated situations rather than resolving them. So essentially what that's saying is I left the office just for a mere, let's say 30 minutes to an hour, and I come back and it's fucking chaos. So that means no one else can do my job except for me without all this chaos. When I'm there, there's no chaos. When I leave, it's straight chaos. So what you did is essentially you pigeonholed yourself into being you're the focal point. You're the linchpin that makes all this happen, when we have said numerous times you need to train your replacement.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be like, hey, I worked through lunch, and I gave everybody else a lunch break so I can keep working. Yeah. And then after everyone else comes back, hey, now I'm going to go take my lunch break. And they're like, no, you can't take your lunch break. Our lunch break was last hour. You should have taken it then. Like, we have all this work to do, and we got to get lunch. We got to get it done. So I worked through my lunch to give you guys lunch. Now I would like my own lunch since you guys are back. Oh no, you can't have that lunch. Bitch, what?
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me. And in fact, you were my boss during that time.
Yeah. Why did you go to lunch? I told you not to.
Yeah. It wasn't you that told me not to go to lunch.
I know. I would never do that.
Because it was one of those things where I was like, I'm going to go fucking take snack break then. And I went, stuffed my food down in my face, and I was like, took 20 minutes to eat. And I came back and I was like, all right, I'm good. But yeah, everyone was just, why'd you leave? You can't leave. I'm like, you guys got 5 motherfuckers that I let go to lunch, and I was the only motherfucker out here working. And then I leave for 15 minutes, and you guys are bitching me out. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You want to help, support, and encourage and inspire them. So when you're not there, they are able to task forward.
And the other thing I would say on that one is communicate with your boss. Hey, boss, I have done all this stuff. It is good to go. Blah, 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 blah. Here's where we're at with everything. The team's got it. I'm going to step out for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'll be right back. I got to go make a phone call to a client, or I want to get my hair cut because I'm looking a little shaggy. I want to make sure I look at the client, make sure I represent the company well. Are you good with that? Yeah, I'm good with that. All right, cool. Because if you communicate, you say, hey, this is all done, then they have no reason to go out and ask about stuff.
True. I want to mention, before we move on, that I love VSOP.
What a surprise. Guys like Pepsi. All right.
You annoy me.
You know what annoys me? Habit number 7. The dude voice. All right. So most professionals typically reserve calling their boss for significant updates, queries, or seeking guidance. They prefer a welcoming tone during those interactions rather than one that induces reluctance to make the call. Some have experienced bosses who excel in leadership and are amiable in person but have phone manners that are less than ideal. Their abrupt or gruff tone often leaves the caller wishing they hadn't placed the call and eager to wrap up the conversation quickly. This demeanor on the phone doesn't reflect their overall character. It's simply a manner of answering and speaking during phone conversations. Consequently, this situation creates a reluctance among employees to initiate calls with their boss. So your solution is, if you want them to talk to you, be nice on the phone. Now here's my problem with this habit, right?
Yeah.
If I'm fucking busy at a meeting, dealing with other shit, and you call me to ask me what the fucking color of the background of this fucking flyer should be, I'm gonna be like, hello? Yeah, what's up? And I'm gonna just go get to your fucking problem quickly. And you're like, hey boss, what should the background of the color of the flyer be? I'm like, I don't fucking care, man. Make it something that contrasts with the font, makes it look good. You have my full confidence. Go. And I'm gonna hang up the phone. I'm not, like, they know, because I'm gonna communicate with my team. I'm going to a meeting with an important client. Call me only if you really absolutely need me. So if you call me, I'm gonna step away and I'm gonna quickly answer the phone. And if you call me some bullshit, I'm gonna be like, you're a fucking idiot. Why did I hire you? So I get it. If you're just all the time, no matter what, that way, I can understand it. But at the same time, like, employees also have to realize, fucking make a decision. If I have a problem with it, I'll let you know when I fucking final approve it. Hey, I don't like the color of this background. Why? Because you chose yellow, bright yellow, and chose white font. I can't read this shit.
Yeah. There's a guy I talk to on the phone now. He's got the moniker of the principal. Like, oh, I see you was talking to the principal. Because that's the demeanor that he gives over the phone. Now, I have met this gentleman in person several times. He is far from anything you would call the principal. But whenever someone is talking to this guy on the phone, that is the vibe he is giving off. Like, Jesus Christ, I guess I got to call the principal. Like, but he is not like that. So if he was to change the demeanor on the phone, then maybe he wouldn't have got the nickname of the principal on the phone. And it's only referred to him over the phone. No one ever refers to him in person, or to his face, of course, but in person as the principal. Like, I had a meeting with the principal today. They don't say that. They'd be like, oh, I had a meeting with such and such today. But on the phone, be like, yeah, I just got on the phone with the principal. Whew. So it's a clear sign of voice of doom. Voice of doom. Also, talking too much. That's another habit. Talking too much. And I'm pretty sure we both experienced this one. One of the personal frustrations is when you stand to present to your boss or somebody only to be constantly interrupted and talked over while trying to make a point. After such meetings or presentations that often leave feelings of undervalued, disrespected, and with a distinct impression that only the boss input mattered. I don't know how many times I'm trying to explain something and my wife is bad about that. I'm trying to explain something and they interrupt with what they think I am talking about, where they think I'm going with the conversation, or what the problem actually really is. But if you just shut the fuck up and let me finish, you'll figure it out. This whole thing, you will have the bigger picture if you just shut the fuck up.
I have had that conversation with my wife. I don't know how many times. You know what I've done? Is I just stopped talking.
Oh, yeah, no, go ahead.
And I'm like, no. You know where the fuck I'm going with this conversation. So I want you to tell me where the fuck I was going with my own fucking conversation and my update to you. So that way you can fucking tell me what I was going to tell you. Now, obviously, you can't do that with your boss, right? You can't do that with your boss. So I have done this where my boss is asking questions, and I've actually said, "Sir, if you would let me finish, I will happily explain. I have a whole slideshow prep for you that I believe answers all of your questions. Now, if you hold all your questions to the end, I'll be happy to take them on anything you have to say or do, and I'll take all action items I need to. But if you let me finish, I will happily take you through the rest of my plan that I have ready to present to you that I have worked weeks on." And my boss literally kind of was like, "Okay." And I was like, "I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's just," and he kind of, I think he understood where I was coming from, because he was like, "All right, my bad." And he sat back, and I noticed he sat back in his chair, and I was like, "Okay." And then I went through the whole thing. I said, "Sir, now that my slideshow has been done, do you have any questions?" He's like, "Honestly, no. You answered every single question I had as they came up." He goes, "I guess I just need to learn to let you finish." And I was like, "You do," but I was like, "Sir, I try to do my best to anticipate what you have."
I mean, I jokingly say shut the fuck up, but yeah, the solution is, all due respect, sir, if you just let me finish, and at the end, I answer any questions you got, or at the end, you can interrupt me all you want. But yeah, that's talking too much, man. My goodness. Let's button down the risk.
Hey, let's think outside the box.
Sure. I may have a window for you.
Let's take this offline.
And I say this a lot. It's another one that I'm bad at. Make it happen.
Let's move the needle.
You know what, guys? Let's give 110%.
Hey, I just want to touch base.
You know, we don't want any low-hanging fruit. Like, that's all like leadership jargon, right? Those are just filler things in there. But a lot of times when I know for me, when I say let's make it happen, I don't just say let's make it happen and then walk away. I normally have a set guidelines or a direction that we want to move, and everybody's kind of like, "Oh yeah, all right, cool guys, let's break and make it happen. Let's make it happen." Something like that. But a lot of leaders, not a lot of leaders, some of the novice leaders out there are just, you know what? Let's just get rid of this low-hanging fruit and, make it happen. That's your game plan?
Tell me anything.
Yeah.
What low-hanging fruit do you want me to get rid of?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man?
See, I'm bad at go forth and conquer.
Yeah, that's one you use a lot.
I use it quite a bit, but I legitimately mean go forth, go, do the thing, make it happen, conquer it, conquer the task I've given you. And so, like, I legitimately mean, no, yeah, everything looks good, go forth and conquer. That I legitimately mean, go do it. You present it to me, I'm great with it, go, do, execute, let me know how I can help you. Because if I did some management speak and I go do that task that you presented to me, let me know how I can help you. All right, cool, sure. But to me, I'm bad at it, but it's one of those, hey guys, this all looks great. Let's go forth and conquer. Let me know if you need anything from me. That's legitimately me. Let's go forth and conquer. Like, okay, you presented me with something, go do. If I say, hey, let's get rid of this low-hanging fruit, I'm going to say, I try not to use that one very often, but I do say, hey, we have an inspection coming up. We have an audit coming up. I want to make sure there's no easy mistakes for them to find. So let's make sure there's just all the easy mistakes. Let's review stuff, make sure all that's done. All right, cool. Sure thing, boss. Let's just go through and review it all, make sure we got everything, squared away.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Normally is either I use it at the very beginning with a laid out plan, or at the very end when I laid the plan out, or the course of action out, however you want to say that. But there's people out there, and I've actually heard it like, let's put a pin on that.
Yeah.
Okay, when are we coming back to it? Let's set a date. Meeting next Wednesday? Yeah. We're putting a pin in it. Pin in what? What do you... I need more, sir. I need more.
I've seen some videos, some tickety talks,
tickety talks,
where they're like, this lady she's acting, like her manager and her employee, and she's like, her manager's like, well, why was this not done? I did do that. If you would have checked your email, that you would have seen that I did it on the day that you requested it. And they're like, well, let's just take this offline. No. Let's keep this online because you would feel free to call me out in a meeting. I'm going to go ahead and call you right back out in the meeting online. Well, I just don't understand why we can't take it offline. I don't understand why you want to take it offline now that I'm calling you back out.
Well, yeah, we're not putting a pin in that. We're going to discuss it in front of the class.
Right the fuck now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just to try to management speak. I say try. We're all guilty of it at some point. We've all heard management speak, leaders speak. We pick up habits from our mentors, and we try to do stuff. But there are certain things where you could use, hey, I hate move the needle. But
yeah. What does that mean? Move the needle.
Think outside the box. Shut the fuck up. Hey, I need new innovative ideas to make this work, because right now the ideas that we have stuck. And the process we have stuck. So does anyone have new ideas that maybe we haven't tried yet, or something radical that maybe we haven't tried yet that you think would work? That's thinking outside the box, right? But I said it different.
Correct.
All right. So habit number 10, the customer is not always right. This isn't Burger King. You can't have it your way. So the incident in question was a customer complaint that had stuck with them. They had recalled how diligently the colleague had listened to the customer, always maintaining a professional and courteous manner while attempting to accommodate their request to the best of their ability. Despite their efforts, it became clear that the customer's demands were impractical and couldn't be fully satisfied. Undeterred, the customer escalated the issue step by step from the team leader to the manager, but each level of management found it difficult to meet the customer's expectations. Finally, the complaint reached the executive level. It was there that a swift resolution was reached, granting the customer everything they had sought. So the solution here, when you know the customer really isn't right, don't go for the easy option and just giving them what they want. Doing so sends a very clear message to your entire team that you don't value and respect their judgment and efforts. This one, to me,
I hate this one. I absolutely hate it.
I do too. There's certain times where there's, the customer is so recently, I've been having trouble with my internet. I've called the cable company and I'm like, hey, you motherfuckers have had 6 outages in the last month, and it's been fucking stupid. I would like a bill credit, please. This is ridiculous. Each outage has been 2 to 3 hours. And it's really fucking disrupting all of my shit in my day-to-day life. Because everything runs on the internet now, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you didn't get enough time. You didn't have enough time with an outage, so we're not giving you a bill credit. So I've gone up and up and up, and I'm like, look, man, I don't think this is unreasonable. You guys have literally had 6 outages in a month, each one totaling 2 to 3 hours, and it's really fucking pissing me off. I pay you guys good money for good internet. And so finally, the manager was like, hey, look, I'm going to give you a $20 bill credit. Will that solve this thing? I'm like, yes, it will. I get what they're saying. It doesn't, it sends a message to the team that they don't respect their judgment. But at a certain point, you also got to look at the processes behind everything. Because if your process is lower level people, you need to empower your lower levels to be able to make those kinds of decisions. Because if the lower levels were empowered to make those kinds of decisions, I've talked with people that are like, hey, I think you should get a bill credit. But according to our system, you have not been without internet long enough to warrant a bill credit. I'm like, bitch, I've fucking been out of internet for a total of 8 hours or 24 hours or whatever it is, and I wish you I wanted just a bill credit. They're like, yeah, we think you should get one, but according to our system, you shouldn't. Be like, all right, let me talk to your manager. The manager's like, yep, all right, and then I just bitched for that long enough. They're like, yeah, we'll give you credit. All right, cool. If they would have empowered the fucking lower level, then I would have been able to get the bill credit without having to go to the manager.
Yeah. I see. My problem
I can see both sides though.
because I'm at a level where I'm like one of the last people that people are going to talk to when they have a problem. So let's try to simplify it. So someone wants to use a red pen. You're not allowed to use a red pen. Well, I want to talk to your manager because I use a red pen all the time and I want to use a red pen. Well, our documentation requires blue or black. You can't use red. Bottom line, you can't use red. That's my final answer. Okay, I want to talk to your supervisor. Go to supervisor. Yeah, you can't use a red pen because of all these reasons, policy and this whole thing, jargon, going back and forth for hours. Well, I want to talk to your boss. I want to go high as I can go because I want to use my red pen. Now, that highest you can go, if they say, hey, you can use your red pen, that totally undermines everybody below that. I mean, I'm really simplifying it, but the point is that final guy needs to stick to the same guns as he has. It's his policy. No red pens. And then he goes and let them use a red pen. It's like, what the fuck? I would have let them use a red pen. At the lowest level, I don't give a fuck what color pen they use as long as they fill the paperwork out. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But you said I can't use a red pen, and my boss says I can't use a red pen, and you're his boss and he can't use a red pen, and now he talks to you and now he can use a red pen? That's fucking bullshit and you know it.
Right. That's why I say the solution should not be, when you know the customer really isn't right, so go for the easy option. But at the same time,
it says don't go for the easy option.
Right. If it's really not a big deal, you need to look at your processes and you need to empower your lower level employees to be able to make that decision. And say, hey, I don't really give a shit what type of pen it requires. We say it requires, as long as they fill out the paperwork, I don't give a shit. Now, there's a legality issue, right? Like, you know, for red pen, blue pen, black pen. Got it. If there's a legal issue, then you can't change that, and we're not going to say we can't say it. But if it's just paperwork that's going within the company that it's not required to be legal and it's gets scanned in a fucking black and white scanner anyways, and it's going to come out of black, then what the fuck is the problem?
My problem is whenever we try to do something and you tell us no, and then someone comes up to you when they have a complaint and you tell them yes, then why are we even doing this?
Agreed. But that's why I say I don't think they should change it to where the manager doesn't give in. I think the manager should just change their policy and empower their lower level employees to make those decisions.
I think upper management should support the decision made by their middle management.
I agree, but if the policy comes down from upper management, and it's a dumbass policy anyways, like everything must be in blue ink. Okay, that's fucking stupid. We ran out of blue toner in the printer. Okay, well, we can use black this time. But the customers have to use blue ink. What the fuck? What does it matter? That's a policy change, right?
I agree. I was trying not to cut you off, but I agree. But for this instant, for that scenario,
right,
I'm sticking my guns with my people down the whole line. Now, when I have my 3-hour meeting on Wednesday, because Monday people don't like it, and I want to take care of this low-hanging fruit right away, that's when I'm going to talk about policy change.
You said low-hanging fruit. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think you should stick to your guns, but at the same time, this is one of those things that's like, oh, this brought all the way up to my fucking level. Like, does it really? Why do we have this fucking policy? You know, like, yeah, like, okay, fine, that's stupid. Let's go. Let's get out of here and make this happen. But yeah, it's just
sorry, sir. That's just our policy.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's not acceptable. However, if you use blue, we will be looking at our policy in the future and maybe revising it to allow other colors to be.
I have 100% used that exact whatever you just said. Currently, our policy is this, but I'm glad you brought this to our attention. It is something I would definitely bring up to see if we can change that policy for future. But as of right now, you got to use motherfucking blue ink, bitch.
Yeah. So, all right. Final third of this cigar.
Yeah, I see you got your poker. I'm at the very, my poker's out of reach. I'm at the very nib of this fucking cigar. It didn't change too much for me. It kind of reverted back to where I started, with the woodsy cedar. I definitely got back to a little bit of floral, like very dark coffee with a little floral note. And on that retro inhale, the white pepper is still there for me.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you all said right there. Minus the floral notes, I don't get the floral notes. I think that's coming from your drink. However, everything else I agree with. All right, so going over the questions you should never ask an experienced cigar smoker, to the 10 most annoying leadership habits, and then we talked about the cigar. What do you think of this cigar, Dice? Do you think single, 5-pack, or box worthy?
It's time to answer the question. Is the cigar box worthy, 5-pack, or just 1 or 2?
Man, if you asked me that at the very beginning of that cigar, I will 100% said single all day long. After smoking it, it did open its way up. It was a pleasant smoke around the second third, going into the final third. And then it opened up and the flavors and everything was a little more profound and enjoyable. I'm still going to say single.
You had me in the first half, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, no, I agree. I think this is a single, double, all day. I don't think this is something that fits in my repertoire. It's not a bad stick by any means. It's just the flavors just weren't quite there. I wish I would have had a little bit more dark chocolate note.
Yeah.
Or coffee note, something to kind of balance everything out. But definitely, wasn't bad smoke. Wasn't my cup of tea.
Oh, I was thinking about a cigar as I was smoking it, and it's definitely not a bad cigar smoke. I mean, I enjoyed the flavors and getting the nuances of everything about it, but there's like, I can list things I did not like about the cigar, and that's why I put it to a single, or maybe even 2, because there was the cap was ugly. The construction of it wasn't the greatest. The oils on it seemed to not be there, and I was even before the show started, I even asked, was your cigar such and such? Like, was it hard? Was it this? Because when I pulled it out of the humidor, that's the way mine felt, like almost rockish, right? And I was like, there's so many things about it that just kind of turned me off before I even lit it. So that also weighs in on my mind as I'm trying to enjoy it at the beginning, and then it broke in to the cigar that I wanted from the beginning. So I'm gonna stick with the single. But yeah,
no, I agree. All right, until next time, I'm off.
And I'm gonna say Dice.
And great leaders, great cigars.
Facts.
Thank you for listening to Leadership of the Leaf. The comments and opinions expressed by the host and guests does not reflect the opinions of those that broadcast this show, nor does it reflect any of our affiliates.